What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reckless here once again, and today I'm out here in the Centro Valle doing another interview, and today I have a nice treat for y'all. I got a good homie of mine that I've known for many years through sickness.net and other endeavors, and today I'm proud to introduce Mr. G. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Appreciate you coming out here, bro. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, bro. It's always nice to come out to the Centro Valle.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome to Visa, man. So,
Mm-hmm.
I see you brought your 11550 shirt.
Yeah,
so,
always supporting the homie.
Okay, that's
fucking
right.
cleaning out right here.
Yeah,
Make sure you hit him up for a shirt too.
Pull up to Tulare County showing it. That's right.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's get down to the beginnings of your musical career. Let people know how you got started in the music.
So, like, I don't know, man. I was just one of those babies who wouldn't even shut up until they put music on. You know what I mean? My mom's baby sister always had the radio blasting. My mom, family get-togethers, everybody always had the radio blasting. So even as a kid, bro, like my favorite movie wasn't a cartoon. It was La Bamba. I would watch that shit all the time. You know what I mean? Over and over again, driving the family members crazy. Yeah. They'd be hiding the VHS from me and shit. So you know what I mean? So music's always been a big part of my life. You know, I remember like birthday presents and Christmas presents. I wanted stereos. I wanted house stereos. I threw up this picture on Instagram before, bro. It was me at my 5th birthday, and I got a little play school set with the microphone on it. You know what I mean? So that's when I got started in music, bro. 1989.
1989, it's a good year. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Shook up the game with that quake. But like, when it comes to like actually getting started with rapping and writing your own music, like when did that get started?
So, you know, I would definitely say that I started writing raps and not just freestyling at school or freestyling till the homies got annoyed. Probably like in 8th grade. 8th grade, I probably wrote a rap. Other than that, you know, it was freestyling, you know, just making up raps, bro, because that was a big part of hip-hop. You know, when I was a little kid, you had to be able to freestyle, flow, you know, rhyme any word that you could think of, so.
And growing up when you were like a teenager, you know, embracing hip-hop, that's like the best time to embrace hip-hop. Being a teen, you know, soak up all your favorites, how your musical style develops. So, like, when it came to that, what were your influences coming up? What like, rappers were you listening to, you know?
You know, coming up in my era, bro, like rap is always had been prevalent. So like even as a little ass kid, before I could go buy tapes or before I could put on anything but like B95 or Power 105, you know, Nothing But a G Thing was on, you know, Snoop Dogg, What's My Name, Regulate, Warren G, you know, that's what like dominated the regular airwaves, bro, when I was 8, 9, 10, you know. So coming up as a teenager, bro, I always really liked the G-Funk sound in LA. You know, I think that that's really prevalent and shows through. You know, we're right here in the middle of the Bay in LA, so I always loved all the G-Funk sound coming out from down there, the NorCal mob shit, you know what I mean? Being right here in Visalia, we were up on everything underground, so you know, even though I like Bone Thugs, I like Tupac, so a whole lot of Sebo, Brother Lynch, Mac Dre, you know what I mean? A whole lot of big support around there. Doobie, the Sugar Wolf album, like damn, bro, that shit dominated the town for like 5 years after it came out. So you know what I mean? That's definitely all the shit that I was slapping, bro, that molded me up.
That's cool, man. And like, you know, like when most people like I'm, you know, on the Bay, you know, there's a lot of rappers or Chicano who are in LA who got their fucking like music from there that inspires them. Like, how did it feel being in the Central Valley where there wasn't a predominant like music scene of like Chicanos, like, you know, to really like cater to like, oh, like the LA has theirs, Bay has theirs. How did you feel that time?
You know, I would say the popularity was definitely lacking, but you know, once Darkroom came on the scene, you know, they did have that Northern Cali influence. You know, a lot of Chicano members didn't quite sound like the La Raza, Kid Frost, you know, lighter shade of brown stuff coming, the proper dose stuff coming out of LA, but I wasn't really fond of that sound, bro. I don't think you hear it a lot. Like, I know Spanish, and I've spit some bars in Spanglish, and you know what I mean? And I do speak to a lot of the stuff that is part of my culture, you know, coming up, a Chicano here in the Valley. But at the same time, bro, like, my music isn't overtly Chicano with the fucking serape, you know, and using Spanglish, you know what I mean? I keep it a little bit more true to myself, and probably a little more universal in the rap that I like the most.
Do that. And speaking on that, like, how would you classify like the Chicanos in the Valley? Because you know, like Bay people are classified in stereotypes of what they are. LA has theirs. Like, what would be the stereotypical, or like not stereotypical is a bad word, but like, what's the main like look of a Chicano in the Central Valley?
You know, That's a trick question, and it's probably a little bit of a trap because I don't think there's a right answer. But I will say,
no,
don't worry, don't worry about that, bro. Yeah, it is a good question, but I'm gonna say that not only is the Valley a melting pot of different first generation, second generation, you know what I mean, Mexicanos, Chicanos, Latinos, but at the same time, pop culture and those generational influences have shifted and changed. So I would say that we predominantly follow we're not behind, you know what I mean. We're up on the latest trends, we know what's going on, we adapt it, you know what I mean. Homies still rock Cortez, but eventually they rock Cortez with True Religion Dreams instead of Ben Davis, and you know what I mean, and we wear our football jerseys, and the homies get dressed up, and we know how to do it. So I would say the look is current. That's what we are in the Valley. We're current, and we're tapped in with both heartbeats of the Bay culture and the LA culture and normal pop culture, just like everybody else.
That's what's up. Good melting pot's a cool word for it, because it basically is, everyone's just together making their own style. So that's what's up. And when it came to making styles, like how did you develop yours, and how did you come up with your name, Mr. G?
All right, so there's there's hella levels and layers to the name Mr. G, bro. But I'm gonna keep it music, and I'm gonna let you know that schoolyard rhyme. I rhymed Victor G because that's all I was Victor G. You know what I mean? I said something to the effect like I'm Victor G, but you have to call me Mr. G. You know what I mean? And do different things, and that stuck. So rap wise, that's how it came up. You know what I mean? And even though my last name is a G, I've always let the homies know it's not Mr. Gonzalez, bro. Mr. G stands for Mr. Game, bro. I spit game. My very first song that I ever put on a demo was called Spit Game, bro. I'm a game spitter.
Fuck yeah, bro. And when you made that first song, like, how did you feel? Like, what was the experience making that first track?
It was immense pride, bro. It was the end of 2001. I took my birthday money and I bought some studio time, and I made a 4-song demo. I wrote 2 songs, right? I wrote the song Spit Game, and I wrote a weed song that I don't even remember the title of it. And then I said I'm gonna spit 2 freestyles, so I'm a fucking freestyle king. You know what I mean? And so I went ahead and did that, bro. And I just remember having immense pride, bro. Like being hella proud that I actually went to the fucking studio and I got this on CD, right? Because we were just rapping, fucking using tape to tape recording with fucking karaoke mics out the home stereo. You know what I mean? So this was a real CD, and we used the demo beats that I just sequenced off of a Roland Groovebox, a 505. So they weren't instrumentals, and they weren't beats that were custom, but they were demos that I sequenced off the 505.
Okay, that's a cool way to do it, because then nowadays everyone just YouTube and shit. And they can do with that nightmare of having your song be like a clone of 3 billion songs.
It's happened to me like it's happened to everybody else. I got really good songs, and then I hear someone else's version. My version, I heard it first and I like it more. But there's people that equate me to being the copycat. You know what I mean? Because they heard the other version first. So not only can they not fuck with my song because they like the version that they liked when they first heard it, now I'm the copycat to them. And I never heard that shit, bro.
It's fucked up. It's part of the game, though, because that's the vice versa on your level. Hey, I like the Mr. G one. Who the fuck is that? So it's just part of the game, man. When you made your first project, what was like your goal with that project? You know what I'm saying?
So, my first project, I had started working on an album. I got signed in high school, back when getting signed actually meant something. Like, my label was paying for everything. If I wanted weed, if I wanted beer, if I wanted Jack in the Box, if I needed a new hat to fucking take a picture at the CD store, fucking they covered it. That's when actually being signed was actually carried something for you, right?
Yeah.
So I started working on an album with them that we never really got to it. So my first official project that I put out, bro, Mr. G, was in in 2006. It was called the Freeview mixtape because it was a free preview, and I burned it myself. I printed the little paper labels out of the printer myself, and I asked No Love from HomeboyRap.com to distribute that. You know, put it in packages with every CD that was actually purchased. He's a humble dude. He's real cool as fuck. You know, he's very well aware of Homeboy Rap music. So you know, he immediately placed me with my features for Baby Boy Ene and my features for Criminal, and was like, "Oh, you're a TC homie, bro. Mail him here." And I shot him 50, and he gave them away for free. And I shot 50 to the hood, to my little street team. They gave them away for free, and shit, everybody wanted more. But I was like, I need to make a real album. This was a commercial, the commercial that, you know, was over instrumentals and just me flowing and showing that I still got gas, and it was well received. I hate it now. Like it's fucking cringe now. So I recorded it in 2005. I recorded it on some low budget equipment, and I was desperate to put it in the hands of the fans who still wanted some Mr. G, because I got a lot of shine from those appearances that I had just mentioned when they dropped all around 2004, and so by 2006 I wanted attention. I wanted eyes back on me. So I rushed that shit within 2 weeks of asking Homeboy Rap to distribute it, and now I want to stricken from the record books.
Hey, well, it's a good time because that don't exist no more.
Yeah, it really don't.
So hey, if you didn't like, you know, see it on there before, it wasn't on there at all.
That's right.
And shout out to No Love for being one of the dopest to like be able to distribute music from all the Chicanos out here in the Central Valley, Bay, NorCal, everything, bro.
He didn't ask me for nothing, man, but I ended up getting messages and love from people all over the country and out of the country. So, you know, just because they bought something, you know, of one of the big top tier guys, and they got my little commercial too. So
you know, that's the cool thing about it, bro. Like, it spreads the, you know, the music out there, a place that needs to be spread out, you know what I'm saying? And why didn't I get a Mr. G album, my shit? I bought so much shit from him on that website, bro.
And bro, I was living in Alaska, and every 2 weeks I would buy a couple CDs off that website. If you dropped in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, bro, I bought your CD, and my little brother bought your CD, and I used to get mad at his ass because I'd be like, fool, we can hear more shit if you don't buy what I just bought. Like I bought fucking Little Coner and Big Tone, and you just bought Big Tone and Little Coner too. Like, motherfucker, we could have had 4 different CDs, but he needed his own copy, so we actually bought double. And all them orders were hitting Alaska when I was up there.
That was crazy, bro. Fucking. And what do you think about the state of Homeboy Rap in general right now compared to how it was back then? Do you think like that was the golden era, or do you think we're going through another resurgence of a golden era in Homeboy Rap?
Yeah, you know, when people talk about rap's golden era, you know, they look back on it on certain fondness. I don't think that's fair right now, but I will say that you know, the ones who paved the way, that can't be duplicated. Like when I first heard Northern Exposure 1, bro, as a freshman in high school, it fucking like today you could break the internet, bro, but back then it broke the streets, bro. It broke the fucking ecosystem that was fucking Homeboy Rap, and that was very heavily dominated only by darkroom releases, lowdown releases, and everybody in their you know, from their tree, you know what I mean? That was pretty much all of it. But so you know, Woody comes out, and that probably is the golden age of hip hop. Like when Northern Exposure 4 came out, I was a senior in high school, and that motherfucker changed everything again, because the quality of the beats had got better, the quality of the audio recordings, right? So you think of you think of lyrical competitiveness, you think of content, right? And then obviously you think of like production, quality engineering. There's a lot of those components that do say that today is the golden age, right? Because the mass appeal is there of the artists who are at the top. The production is you know, equal to anybody in the game right now. You know how far and how long it took us to have Homeboy affiliates and homeboys that could make a beat as good as a Metro Boomin, or bro, we spent years in the dark ages where them fucking Casio piano beats were not gonna do anybody any justice, bro, or do anybody any favors. But production wise and mass appeal, I would say we're going through a golden era right now. But Woody kicking it off and Woody taking over what you know, some of the artists before him had built, and then you know, the Little Raider, Little Coner, Speedy Loc, everybody who comes under those branches, they all started doing things that no one had ever done. You got Daz Dillinger on a song with homies, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, you know, you got you know, Juvenile, that Goto's album is sick, bro. You know, when I met Tito B, I told him, he was kind of surprised, but I'm a different type of dude. I was like, that is Latin album, man. That shit is the one. The Messy Marv, Juvenile, Young Buck, Pac, like, wow. But I digress. From my original point is, we've had golden eras, and you'll never be able to take away from the initial ones that paved the way, the initial ones to do the first. But I think now we're actually perfecting it. And I'm really proud, you know, to still be playing the background and making music that I think that still adds value to that journey, you know, of Homeboy Rap collectively, that we're perfecting exactly who we are, what we represent, and delivering the best quality that we could put out there.
Yeah, I agree, dude. We have a new, like, with the new technology now, it's much easier to make great quality music nowadays. So that's like no excuse anymore for no one to make it. And the fact that it's in the right hands now, the people who are coming up now, it's fucking, it's great to see.
You know, some of the vets in the game, you know, they've been complaining about how hip hop traditionally has been a young man's game. And you know, so you know, I'm gracefully towards, you know, getting towards the end of being a rapper, but it's in really good hands, bro. With some of these kids, bro, they're dope. Like, and I get to call them kids, bro, and I mean that with love and respect, because I'm almost 40, G. But yeah, bro, they're fucking, they're dope. They're dope.
Fuck yeah, bro. And speaking of other dope artists, is pretty good impact in the Homeboy rap scene. Northern Lit Studio. Let's talk about that. How'd you get started on that, man?
So, you know, the first time I bought my own equipment, right after I tried to rap with certain people and it didn't work out, I bought my own equipment. I was living in Alaska, and where the northern lights are, bro, the aurora borealis, you know, the lighting up the night sky, and you know, so, you know, being a homie and also loving the way that Northern Lit, it's a Northern Lit studio, you know, being lit by the northern lights, you know, it's a little bit of a opposite of the dark room, you know what I mean, we're lit, you know, we're lit in the northern sky. And that's not a diss or nothing to them. It's like it's just like a smart nod on the transition, right? You know, from the 90s into the 2000s and really the 2010s, because Northern Lit Studios didn't have a release until 2010s back in the hood, which motherfuckers still give me a lot of love on, bro. So I'm very, very proud of that.
That's good, right? And how many artists are in the collective? And give the names.
Yeah, of course. You know, so shout out to Big Boy. You know, me and him go way back to our younger days. That's a homie that's my age. We always had plans to do this together. You know, I had to split to Alaska, you know, running away from some things. My homie ended up going to prison for quite some time. But, you know, he's free now. We're working on it. That's my partner in crime. Bandit Loco, the first young artist that I was able to come back and start really working with and was able to sign and develop, and he's got videos that are going crazy. Make sure you search Bandit Loco, Beast Mode TV. He's got like 6 music videos. They're all going up. He brought his A1 brother with him, Visalia PJ. I love the homie right away, linking with them. You know, stay tuned. He's got an interview coming up exclusively by Reckless. And you know, we have Jesse Shards, who's in the penitentiary. You know, he was locked up with Big Boy. Got in touch with him. I loved his message. I loved his art. I loved his personality. So I told him, you know, this label is his musical home. I'll do everything I can to make sure he gets his voice heard, gets his message out there. You know what I mean? We got 2 other artists, you know, that are developmentally repping with the label, trying to work on it. That's Roadrunner and Yak Star. Shout out to the homies right there. So, you know, we got a nice little roster now, bro. You know, we got some good things coming up. we all participated on Bandit Local's Cloudy Visions album, so make sure you go run that up. That's out on all streaming platforms. Big Boy's got a couple singles out. Vicaliano PJ's got a couple singles out. Jesse Shards got a couple singles out with me, and then his own song. But also our YouTube page is going up. You know, we're dropping audio constantly on Northern Lit Studios on YouTube. So make sure you go like and subscribe.
That's right. And the link in the description below after you watch this interview. You can go check that out right away. And what's the first project you guys coming out right now?
So we got a song right now that's the four of us. It's me, Bandit, Big Boy, and PJ. It's called He Can't Be Saved. And you know, we got the photo shoot coming up for that later up today, you know, so we could do some real graphics and show you guys who we are. Free Bandit Loco, he's up right now, so you know what I mean, he'll be home later on, hopefully next year, but so, you know, he won't be here for that, but we've been keeping his name pushing. And then I got another single coming out with my little primo, Automatic Suspect, and Tony B. That shit is hot. That's produced by my little partner, Gigi from Tulare. So shout out to Gigi, Tony B, and Automatic Suspect. That single's gonna drop. J.E. the Willman, who produced the 559 Cypher, I just bought a couple beats off him. Told him that, you know, we're gonna make some crazy singles off those, and they're gonna be going up soon. So, you know, I'm finally on some custom production. You know what I mean? It's taken a long while. I've been making some beats. You hear that V-Town G made the beat lit. I've been running those up and you know, putting those together. So we got some shit coming out, man. Stay tuned.
Good shit, man. And with all the music that you've done, from like your original raps to like the one Mr. G solo project you put out, we all saw The Sickness back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The 2000s music you have now. What do you think is your best song, your best body of work?
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and have to listen to those people who really support me, and it's gonna be I'm From. You know, my sophomore CD didn't come out till 2017. Had a whole lot of different things running. Okay, we're gonna do a group album here. Okay, I ended up signed with Active Entertainment, Big Oso Loc, and Big Rhino for quite a little while. You know, had a little stint there. So the song Dedicated on the We Stay Active mixtape, like that one goes hard as fuck. It reps hard for the people, but unfortunately that's gonna be the silver award, because my number one is I'm From off of 2017's Solo Mission, and that's pretty much my life story, bro. And you know, I've met homies who are young as fuck, who came up to me knowing all the words. I've got messages from people who don't even live in California, and they're like, if you change the name of the street to my street, and you change the name of the school to my school, like that's my life story, G. That's my favorite song ever. So yeah, make sure you guys check that out one time. I would have did a music video to it, but bro, it's like 5 years old.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you know, it's still, you know, some songs get better with age. You know what I'm saying? So it's subjective anyway. You know, maybe you'll like it. Check it out. You know, I'll put that in the description below as well. Said that in one breath. You heard that?
Yeah.
Breath?
I like that, bro.
Yeah, and I get hit in the stizzy.
You know, we've been switching back and forth off these carts, little Kush, little Pineapple Express. I think I brought the strawberry out. So
yeah, we had a little of that dab and shit that's gotten me.
With them diamonds, bro. I've been on them diamonds lately. You know, you got the crumble, you got the wax, but every time I see them little diamonds, I'm like, shoot that.
That's what's up, man. Fucking so what's the 5-year plan you have for the Northern Studios? Like, what's the future looking like for it?
You know, have a lot of fun making music. You know, everybody's got an objective, and you know, you can set lofty goals, you can set really high expectations, or you can see where it takes you and make music. You know, and right now each one of my artists, they do have their eyes set on carving out a full project, right, or an EP, which both hopefully are gonna drop later this year. Bandit, we did do a 14-song album called Cloudy Visions. Jesse Shards and I, we've been strategically working on what's the best way, you know, to put his message out there and you know, and put his music out there. We've, from recording in the pen over the last couple years, man, we've got really good at making his sound quality come out. So if you listen to the song OG, or if you listen to Evil Politics, like, we're there, like, it's crispy. And you know, we got obstacles that we got to overcome with him being an artist, you know what I mean, that's in jail, or I should say prison. But you know, we all got some projects, man, but we want to have some really good fun making the music, you know, enjoying the journey, you know, kicking it with the homies and having a good impact on those that we want to represent, you know, and that's us, you know, Visalia, and Woodlake, you know, shout out Woodlake because Jesse Shards is from Woodlake, and then of course, you know, the greater Tulare County 559 area.
That's right, bro. And I had a question. When it comes to like advice, like what's the best piece of advice you can give an artist coming to the game, and what's the best advice that someone's ever given you?
So the best advice someone's ever given me was do it yourself. Go into business yourself, right? So I used to visit studios and talk to the engineers, and I used to sit there and I look at their equipment, and I think that it was unachievable, right? You know, I would think it would cost so much fucking money, and I was recording in high school, bro, so I didn't even have a job yet, right? You know, so I'm just looking at that shit like, yeah, bus costs $10,000, and you know, I went through different situations recording with different people, but I talked to one and he was like, man, put together this much money, grab your equipment, learn it, and record yourself, bro. Don't be counting on nobody else. Don't sign to nobody else. Just buy your shit and do it yourself. And, you know, that actually really motivated me. And when I finally got to Alaska, I started working. I got my income tax. Boom, I bought it myself, bro. I had my own motherfucking studio, bro, from 2006 to today, sitting right behind you, bro. I've always had my own equipment, bro. I've always upgraded my equipment every couple years. I transitioned to Pro Tools from actual mixers right around 2013, and upgraded Pro Tools, upgraded the interfaces multiple times. So, you know, got to stay current, bro. Invest in yourself. Learn how to record yourself. If you're not computer savvy, and or just financially, that's gonna be out of your reach. Record your fucking self anyways, bro. I seen an Instagram ad for an interface that can go into your phone for $29.
Right now it's crazy.
Everybody records on BandLab anyways. Don't be fucking waiting for studio time or trying to pay fools. Bro, that fucking phone interface.
Even this phone, I'm using to look at my notes for the questions. You can use this to make a music video.
Oh yeah.
You can make fucking vlogs with this. You
can
bro,
do it yourself, man. Learn that shit and do it yourself. And have fun and be yourself.
No, that's very important.
That's so fucking cliche, but you know what? Like, for reals, be yourself.
It's a cliche, but a lot of people try to be like everybody else. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of other people, though, like, who is your dream collab, you would say? Or do you have any other?
Yeah, man. I mean, of course, right? But like, how big do we get to go? Like, you said dream, right?
Dream.
So you said dream.
And dream, anything's possible, right?
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
Lucid dream.
Yeah. That's right. Little Shroomy, right?
You know.
So fuck, man. My dream collab, and you know, I wasn't a post-death bandwagoner, because a lot of motherfuckers have died and I never went and played one of their songs, bro. But for most of the marathon series and before Victory Lap and before it just, you know, blew up mainstream, it was probably Nipsey Hussle, bro. That was my dream collab. You know, he took the second torch in my life of being like one of my favorite artists, you know, obviously after Pac and Woody, and you know, you see all the greats up in the studio. You know, we got the Mac, we got the Jack, we got Woody, you know, Pac and Nip, but rap wise, like bar for bar style, I would have loved to fucking to try to fucking show out and get on the track with Nip.
Yeah, that would be a fucking great dude. He was like one of the dopest, and he's just hitting his stride and getting doper, and then just you know,
definitely, I mean? You know, the shit that I was going through, bro, transitioning and growing up and getting smarter and getting better, that's all the shit that he was fucking rapping about. And then you listen to you know, the marathon continues, and Crenshaw and shit. Like you know, obviously I don't fucking own businesses and I don't own equity and copyrights and all of that shit that he started talking about. But the leveling up was real right around the time that I was leveling up, bro. You know what I mean? Trying to move a little different, move a little smarter, and be grown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we really need that, especially in the Homeboy Rap game. That's really needed.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we have any figures, unless you can correct me if I'm wrong. You know, there's no really like a Nipsey Hussle type that's trying to, you know, teach this kind of stuff like equity and, you know, that shit.
Yeah, well, you know,
in the comments too, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you know, all to a limited extent, and that's not a sneak diss, because damn, you know, think of the praise that we'll be heaping on this man. But I would say to a certain extent, probably Big Tone. You know, he's put out songs, messages that I've thought about that along his career. You know, I haven't listened to probably like the last CD or maybe the last 2 CDs. You know, just because you know, you get 7 or 8 albums in with the artist, you tend to gravitate other places. You know, to try to experience other sounds. But you know, he had songs all on that one where he had Mad Dog singing the hook about like how to be a man or some other shit, like, you know what I mean?
You know, like
some
he
shit.
actually has.
Yeah, he has some
like
shit,
that,
bro. And you know, the homies are always reposting his videos. You know, he's trying to give some game. You know,
he does have the little things on his
he's got so like I said, bro, like is impactful and is with as much gravity as Nipsey Hussle, probably not, but the closest thing to, you know, longevity projects and seeming like they're trying to steer some people right. I'll probably call out Big Tone for that.
Yeah, you know, we got one. We'll give him that. Big Tone, we got one. Big Tone. If there's anyone else, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, my favorite part of the interview, give me your top 5 favorite rappers of all time. And also, I want you to give me your top 5 favorite Homeboy rappers.
Yeah, good, because you know it has to be both, right? You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna play the politics or the favoritism. I'm just gonna let you know.
This is his opinion,
but bow, bro. Okay, top favorite rappers, bro. J. Cole, Nipsey Hussle, Tupac. Shit, if I gotta go 2 more.
Look around the room and shit.
Yeah, you know, we got the Easy E up. You know, we got Woody for sure, but he's the GOAT on the next list, right? So I still get 2 reserve spots. I fuck with almost all of the Jackass catalog, like for reals. You know what I mean? Like for reals. And even though, like I said, once again, you know, I probably haven't played the last 2 albums. AWACS, man. You know, AWACS, like, you know, the first fucking 11 albums or something, whatever it may be. I know it word for word, bar for bar. You know, and I know some of the auto-tune songs by heart, and I did like a couple of them too. But like I said, you know, styles change, artists change, and then you go somewhere else for music. So, you know, so even though I probably haven't listened to the last couple AWAC CDs, like, you know, Unconditional Thug, Thug Deluxe, all of those from Junior High to the Pen, like, So, so who do we got? We got Cole, Nip, Pac, the Jack and AWACS. That's true, bro. You check my Spotify. Now on the new tip, this is
the one I want to hear.
Okay, well no, because I'm gonna give you some new shit too, because you know, like that's the moldings, you know, that's the GOATs, that's the historical, you know, we're talking about quite a few dead men and some people who've been in the game forever. Like my new favorites to listen to is fucking like, I like Dom Kennedy, Jay Worthy, G Perico. Like I told you, bro, I always fuck with that LA G-Funk sound, that influence. I bump a lot of Filthy Rich, bro, you know what I mean? And I didn't like Filthy Rich at first, you know, he really polished up his flow, got a little bit better from yelling, but also, bro, when I got a lot more paper in my pocket and got my shit together, all of a sudden I like that shit. Yeah, he ain't sneak dissing me no more. We shitting on motherfuckers together. So,
that's how it goes.
But all right, bro. So check it out, Woody, man, Woody, #1. Top homeboy rapper. You know, if you don't say that, as long as you put him #2 and you got some weird reason that your homie's #1, I think I can sleep at night with that. Yeah, fucking Woody, man. #2, are we talking greatest of all time, or are we just talking my personal favorites, bro? I you know.
Let's make a third list, bro. Let's just make a third. I should have done 2, but
okay, because I went historically, like greatest of all time, and then I went what I'm really bumping right now.
So now we did those 2 lists, and now it's time for this 2.
Historically, you know, greatest of all time, right? Who did stuff for Homeboy Music? So #1 is Woody, mandatory. No, and fuck, bro, I should have had a lot more time to think about this, but I
had like a month.
Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna stumble this bad on this, right? So, greatest of all time, probably #2 would probably be Little Coner. You know what I mean? Little Conor, he did a lot. He had a lot of good sounding. You know, that whole sampling oldies was a vibe. You know what I mean?
I think he did it like right compared to most people.
Yeah, he really did. You know, we'll have to go back to Dakota again. You know, Tito B. You know, he had a really big real impact on Homeboy music. You know what I mean? He got a couple, you know, four or five solid ass albums, but he also did some big shit, you know, with Gold Toes, and you know they had the radio song, and like I said, all of those features from the Diz Latin album. Corte en las Calles, bro, is bro, with C Loc, the Hood Star, and Casper Loc. You know, when it was hard to get a Casper Loc verse, and you know he was popping in and out of prison, and most of his songs were only on like LimeWire.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
So Corte en las Calles, bro, is like one of my top favorite Homeboy songs anywhere. So Tito B has to be on that list too.
Two more.
You know, one of my personal favorite, bro, because and he's my homie. So you know, the Forever Writing album from Big Rhino, bro, it touches on a lot of game. You know, gives a lot of game. You know, a lot of his appearances, bro. That whole stilo, bro, was like, you know, it's like just fucking norteño, homie, Chicano style. Personal favorite. I'm glad I was able to be on that album, and you know, some of the features that he did with MAE and everything that's come next. I do fuck with Big Rhino and Casper Loc, Mando. So yeah,
there you go. Those are yours of all time?
Yeah, probably the greatest homie rappers, bro. A lot of consistency, a lot of big moves, a lot of big things, a lot of dope, you know. Big Rhino, probably it might be a shock to some or a favoritism call, but once again, I gotta come back to a certain type of song, and he has a song on his album called Big Homie, where he talks about the history of the homie who put him on, and he talks about the history of the name that he carries. That's some fucking homeboy shit right there, bro. That's some homeboy shit. So you know, compared to other people who have a lot of great songs, the way I call out Tito B with having that real one, the way I call out Big Rhino with having that real one, and you know, Casper Loc, bro, for just being a fucking an embodiment, bro, of the real homie struggle, bro. Like you know what I mean? I'm not here to call no one real or fake, bro, but just all because I met the dude in person, bro, and just you know the homie spirit that he embodies, bro. How we conduct ourselves, you know, and the big struggle that's a part of us. Yeah, bro. Especially that street epidemic. What's it called? It's called gangsters. I don't know. It's called. I don't know. It's called the street epidemic. Yeah. Shit.
We'll look it up.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You know the goddamn Casper Loc's album, the one with the Jesus,
pictures,
Jesus healed the blind. You know that shit, bro.
The picture's gonna be right here.
Yeah, the love that I speak of. Alright. Yeah. So the 5 newbies, right? You know who they are. Fucking just.
Oh well, yeah, but people,
fuck. I mean, you guys know who's at the top right now. I mean, fuck. Just name the Red Alert group. They're shining, bro. They're at the top of this shit right now. They're all making good music. They came together for that powerhouse shit. You know, they don't need me to promote it in my interview, but you know that's the hottest motherfuckers out right now,
true.
and well deserved, bro. Talented and hardworking.
I think that's 5 of them there.
It is,
okay, we're good.
Shout them out. GB, Acito, Rico Too Smooth, Babyface Wood, and Young Iggs out of Modesto. Yeah.
That's all you gotta know, man. Yeah. So, any final thoughts you want to add to the people out there at all? Or any question you want to ask me at all?
Yeah. You know, I've been watching your guys's you know, like the Cypher reaction videos and stuff. So where'd you guys come up with that Not Your Man's, and how'd that start?
Not Your Man started with the homie John D Contradiction. Shout out to John D from Long Island, New York. He's been doing it for I think like 3 or 4 years now, and I recently caught wind of their review page because a year ago my homegirl had her album reviewed on the page. She got a green check and the album and shit. And I was
nice.
Oh shit, dog, who are these cats? I started looking through their whole entire page. Of course, trying to see what Bay cats are on there, what Homeboy Rappers are on there, everything. And they didn't have much of anything from the West Coast at all. I'm just pure New York and New Jersey, what's popular in the mainstream. I'm just how do I get art music on there? So I just started hitting them up what's the rules? This much money for this, blah blah. So I just started paying people.
Okay.
I just kept sending in everything I liked, everything that I know is dope, and blah blah blah. And then they started reacting to it, getting reviews, green check, yellow checks, red checks, and all that. And I just kept being a big supporter because I like when I like something, I like to support it any way I can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do what I can to make it popular, make it like on people's radars and shit. So I started getting into the page, and then they ended up just recruiting me to like be the interviewer for their live series as well as be a reviewer now.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. I didn't know that it was pre-existing because you know I see it coming up on your page, right?
Yeah.
So obviously the episodes and stuff that you're involved with, you're uploading it on your Reckless DWR page, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So,
yeah, because like when I was doing that at the beginning, like they didn't really have clips of anything. They just had the big long episodes. It's like an hour and a half of shit, and like no one's gonna go through a whole hour to find one clip. So I decided to just put those clips on my channel because I didn't know them at the time. So I just posted like, oh, when they get good reviews, I put it on my page. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't, like, well, they can go on there.
Okay, so there is an official Not Your Man's where you're not protecting us.
I mean, there's there's like some episodes where like, cause I didn't know them at the time, and like I couldn't just interject like, no, it's really dope. So they just tear to shreds. I'm just like,
all right,
híjole,
that's cool, man. So I appreciate you coming through. Driving down to the V to do this interview. You had some well thought out questions, and it was really fun chopping it up with you. Who's been your favorite interview? Obviously besides this one, who's about to take the
Oh man, I had a lot of favorites, bro. A lot of favorites are the ones that I just enjoy, like the ambience of the person I'm talking to and shit. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite ones was like with my boy Joseph Say from San Jose. He's just like, he's a really dope, like really deep artist. Like he talks about real shit, emotional stuff people go through on a daily basis and shit. Yeah. And he's just a chill ass dude to talk to and shit. So like that was like a cool interview. And besides just people just that I know, like. Dreaming Now was a fun interview.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
I seen it on your page. Seen you got some views on there too. Look, I don't think I dug into that yet. It looks a little lengthy, so.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a long one. That was my first long one I ever did. Okay. It was like the first hour interview I ever did.
That's right.
Yeah, I got a lot to say.
So you guys gonna do a 559 Cypher review on the Not Your Mans?
Yep, this Monday.
You're gonna keep them from bashing me?
I'm gonna do my best.
All right.
Do my best.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? Because now that I actually have a say, I'm like, yo, because I've gone back and forth with them like one time, like, because they were like not feeling like an AWACS album. I was like, yo, how do you not like this AWACS album? This and that. And then they had like this artist named Napoleon the Legend who like, it's kind of like their version of AWACS in my opinion, because they're consistently dope, big dope shit. He has hella albums out. It's like, oh, he's like the AWACS of the blah blah. He's like, how dare you disrespect him? I'm like, how dare you like say that shit? Like, what the fuck?
Hey, bro, isn't it a trip, man, when something is so like pivotal, and emotional to you, and someone just like shits on it, and it's like, nah, bro.
This is why like I don't send certain artists to them at all. Like I'll never send them a Woody project.
Oh yeah.
Fuck no. That's the one thing I never send them no dark new shit. No like basically I just send new shit anyway. But
hey, bro, they don't want to see all the net banging and that would happen
if
before we actually show up in person in Jersey.
Yeah,
we'll see. That's right. That's right.
No, but I try to keep respectful and shit. Plus the main thing about the page that I like is that they try to like more than anything try to like build up artists and shit. Like give the honest feedback that no one will ever give them. There's too many yes men out there telling, oh, it's dope, but they'll never hear it. And you think you're dope, you just stay in the same spot and you never progress. And they try to like break that down. And when they do fuck with it, they praise the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying? So all they want is just to people to like light a fire in them. It's like, oh, I'm gonna show you. My next project's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
that's what they try to do. It doesn't always relate to certain people, but that's the main thing they try to do.
Well, it's important to because like you said, if you could turn a doubter or a hater into a believer, what I mean, like you're actually doing something. And then of course nobody wants to watch these videos if you're being too civil, right?
Like, everything's great.
Yeah.
Just watch Jimmy Fallon at that point.
Let's not walk on eggshells. Just for some people's fragile ego. At the same time, we don't have to turn into Stephen A. Smith. What I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing is, like I sent my album to them, and my album got a red stamp. They hated my album.
Oh wow.
They tore it to shreds. Like, oh man. But like they give me real shit that I worked on, and now I think my music's gotten better. than there's ever been. Thanks to like taking
Nice.
I always look at anything anyone tells me.
Nice.
So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I like when you broke down the concept of your album to me over the anime, character and everything. I hadn't really been familiar with the show, and so you broke it down to me and shit. It sounds like some pretty deep shit, bro. So what's up with a Mr. G feature on your next thing?
I want you on my next project, bro. You're definitely gonna be on that. My next solo, I want you on that shit.
Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate it, man. So, other than that, tune in. To the 559 Cypher. It's out right now. Dropped yesterday. We're at about 5,000 views, going up. Go put some comments, show some love.
Right.
Follow us on YouTube, Northern Lit Studios. We try to drop, music at least every week, every other week. We got a full roster right there. So, come fuck with us and let us know. Shout out Big Boy. Shout out Bandit. Free Bandit Local. Shout out Jesse Shards. Free Jesse Shards. Shout out Visaliano PJ. Shout out all the homies that have been fucking with us and coming through the studio, collabing with us. Follow my verified artist page on Spotify. I got a playlist on there with all the features I've done over the years. It's got like 50 tracks in there. All my music is up right now. Back in the Hood, the solo mission. I just put out Networking Through My Area. It's some old ass music from about the 2012 era, but it's unreleased, and I feel like it's still got some slaps on there, so go play that shit. And follow us on Instagram at Northern Lit Studios. Show some love, and I appreciate everybody who tuned in, and if you stuck around to the end, man, I send my love and respect.
That's right, bro. Mr. G, pleasure to have you on this channel.
Likewise, bro. Thank you.
Come on. All right, y'all. That's the wrap for the interview. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the annotation bell up above so you can always get alerts to the new interviews like this one. And make sure to also follow him on all social media platforms. Everything he just talked about is all down in the description below. So make sure to check all that out, as well as the Shima Media site. First, shout out to Shima Media. You gotta shout out to the homie.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. And with that, till the next interview, y'all. We out this bitch.